Hi guys, I just watched a video from Pop's Quest. He was asking, do we have difficulty selling guns? I sort of misread the meaning of the question because I recently sold a gun through one of the big online, I almost said the name, through one of the big online gun dealers. I don't want to say their name. I don't have anything against them. It's just an interesting story of what happened to me when I tried to sell a gun through one of the big online gun dealers that facilitates the buying and selling of guns online. Uh, I've sold a lot of guns for the longest time. I would keep everything. I would never sell any guns. Uh, Several years ago, probably because I needed money, I started selling off a few guns. I never had a whole lot of guns like a lot of people do. But I sold one here and there, and I sold them to friends and people that I knew. Uh, Once, 5 years ago or so, I sold a gun through one of the big online gun dealers, and um, it's kind of a pain in the butt. You've got a lot of process you got to go through, and you have to do things very strictly, very legally. And I'm a real Boy Scout about that. I don't want to go to jail or get a big fat fine or have the FBI knocking on my door or ATF knocking on my door because I didn't do something correctly or I mailed a gun incorrectly. Um, so 5 years ago or so, I sold a gun through one of the online gun dealers. Uh, Paid, I believe, something like $16, $17 to ship the gun back then. And I thought, well, that wasn't terrible. I can do that again. And I made a good profit off of that when I sold that gun. So I had recently sold my last Glock, well, my only Glock, I should say. I had one Glock, and it's one of the guns I just never used. It sat in a drawer, and well, I had it on my nightstand as kind of a backup nightstand gun. I had two of them there. That was one of them. Um, And I decided, well, that wasn't so horrible. I can just go back through the seller since I still had an account and sell this gun. So I put my Glock up for a very good price. The person who bought it at a very good price. I listed it as an auction and listed a pretty low opening price. And of course, it got one bid and sold for the opening price. But what the story is really about is shipping a firearm. Uh, if you have an FFL license, you can pop a firearm, a pistol. Different rules for shotguns and rifles, just to make it more confusing. But if you're an FFL, you can pop a pistol in one of those priority mail flat rate boxes and ship it anywhere you want to another FFL dealer. Um, so if you haven't used this service before, when you sell a gun online, you cannot ship it to the buyer. You have to ship it from, well, you're allowed to ship it yourself, but there are rules, and you have to ship it to a federally licensed firearm dealer, and then the person who buys the gun will go there and pick up the gun and sign all the proper forms. Um, I'm making this way longer than it needs to be, but I thought it was kind of interesting. The I had the sale completed. I'm looking on the website where I sold the gun, and it says get a discount with shipper XYZ. You know, print a label and get a discount. So I thought, oh, okay. Well, I've used print labels on eBay all the time. That worked out nice. So I figured I'll print the label. I'll save a couple of bucks, and I'll ship this gun to the firearms dealer. Um, when I went to ship the gun, the only shipping option they gave me, which I'm not sure if this is the shipper's policy or the website policy, uh, but the only option they gave me was overnight to ship this gun that weighed less than 3.5 pounds. The box, everything weighed less than 3.5 pounds. To ship it overnight, and I click on the thing and it says $93. And I'm not going to pay $93 to ship a gun overnight. So I start panicking. I start calling all of the independent shipping companies, not the post office, but all of the other companies that do what the post office does. Called them all, explained the situation, and every one of them said, "Oh yeah, you have to send this overnight. You have to put a package overnight." One of them told us that we can't do it at our satellite office. It has to be the customer service hub. So that would require me to drive to another city to do this, and I was getting quotes from I think $78 to $93 to ship this thing overnight, and I was thinking of every possible option, and I'm not going to do something illegal. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to do something illegal. I probably could have shoved it in an express mail package and lied about what it was and shipped it that way, but I'm not going to do that. So it's just not worth it if you get caught. And that's just me. I wouldn't do it anyway. To make a long story a little bit less long, I took the firearm boxed up, went to a local shipper, one of the same companies I had called and got this huge crazy quote from, and they said, "What's in the box?" I said, "It's a firearm. I'm sending it to a federally licensed firearm dealer." "Okay, thanks, no problem." They took it, they put it on the scale, and they charged me $16.49. Now, I don't know if they did something wrong, but it's just a cautionary tale. When they tell you $93, don't accept that. That's not a discount. So everything went fine. I paid $16.50 to ship this thing, and it took a couple of days to get there. I know, maybe it's a boring story, but I thought it was interesting, and I was about to freak out thinking I was going to have to pay almost $100 to ship something that I mean, there was already no profit in it. I already lost money on the deal. I just needed to get some cash, and I'm not going to, pay 30%, 40% of what the gun sold for to ship it. Anyway, guys, I know that's a long and boring story, but thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.